Hello and welcome to my channel. So today I am going to be drawing these great white sharks. You can see up in this right hand corner. I'm just going to do a mixture of all three of these references. I'm going to make it a bit larger. I'm going to start working. I'm going to draw this little one under here first. So I'm going to go to my pens. I'm going to go in with a dark blue, grab a, I'll use the technical pen just for the outline, so that's fine. I'm on layer 1 and I'm just going to start with the body shape. These creatures are absolutely gorgeous. They're basically shaped like a torpedo, except the great whites are a bit deeper through the chest than the other species. Absolutely magnificent animals. Let's have a look. So now his head to his fin, to his dorsal fin, is about the middle of his back. Then the head to the tail is the same length. I'm going to do him in more of an aggressive posture because I really like, I'm just going to have a look at these other ones as well. Yeah, the fins are just a bit in front of the dorsal fin. So we'll start by popping those on. And their aggressive stance is their fins down. Their pectoral fins means they're angry or they're hungry or they're hunting. So I'm just going to start. Might have to make him a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go to that. Freehand. I'm just going to draw around him like that and just shrink him down a fraction. Whoops. Oh, what happened then? No, that didn't work. Oh, I've got to press that button. That's right. Silly me. And I'm going to move him to about there. Make him a bit smaller and move him to there. Whoops. Oh, okay. We'll try that again, shall we? Go around him. Press the pointy button. Shrink him down a fraction. Bring him to the side and down. You don't want anything. Oh, my God. I keep undoing it. Okay, we'll try that again. Go around him. Press the pointy button, bring him down, and don't touch the screen because I'll mess it up. There we go. That's better. So now I'm just going to make my references a little bit smaller. I'm also going to change the angle of his tail just a little. Whoops. Make you bigger. Go bigger. Will I? Shall I move the reference up to the top? Today's. Move that up there for a second. And they've got their tail, the top of the tail is actually taller than the bottom. It doesn't quite go as low as the pectorals. All right, move that back. Got to make his dorsal fin a fraction bigger. They're all different. Each shark is different. They've got like fingerprint almost their markings. So I'm going to start. I'll draw the markings on his body. I won't do it exactly the same as a reference. The reference is just a guide for me. I've already changed his details on his shape of his fins. I'll take that down to there. All right, let's have a look. I'm going to sharpen up his pectorals like that. All right, dolphins have their dorsal fin way back. It's quite far back, to be honest. So now he's got a little nosy bit. Their eyes are to the front of their head and really deep dark. They're just amazing. Gorgeous, gorgeous creatures. I'm actually going to give him a stronger line like that one in the reference. And his gills, I think they've got 6. 1, 2, 3, 5 gills. 5 gills. So 1, 2, 3. They're behind. I'll put one at the front there. The gills are in front of the pectoral fins. I'll give him... I don't know what my doggies are barking at. Just having a look out the window. Now he has also got little guiding fins here, and he's also got... I'm going to have a look at one of these other references. Oops, I'm going to erase this just a second, like that. Put that down to there. I'm going to just tidy that up a little bit. All right, and pop another one on the other side like that. Having a quick look. I'm going to have a look at some other shark references I've got. Oh, no, I won't. I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to Google a great white shark on my other iPad. Great white shark. Just going to have a look at the layout of their other fins on their body. I just need to get a reference here. Photos. I go images. Just want to have a quick look to make sure that they only have a couple there. I want to get them. Oh yeah, they can have like 3. Okay, so we'll do... I'm just going to check. That looks a bit too... they're a bit too fixed looking, so... There we go. Put that one like that. Having a quick look at this photo. Whoops. Zoom in. Yep, and there's another one sort of down here. Just a little one. And a little one here maybe. Oh, that's a good one. That's actually, I've got that in the right sort of spot. Okie doke. So, that's a good one. All right, now I'm going to draw this school of fish in as well, because I really want this little school of fish. So I thought they were very cool. So I'm going to draw, now what size were they in comparison to the shark? So they're in the foreground, so they're quite detailed little things. So I'll do that like that. Colours on, wait, let's have a look. Quite pretty, they've got little, delicate little details on them. I'll zoom in on, actually I'll draw them, I can draw them more as a school. Just have them all around about the same size. They're little torpedo shapes as well. And occasionally a shark will have a remora on it, which is a little suckery thing that eats all the little bacteria and the icky bits off them. Do a few going in different directions. I won't do them all separated like this too. I'll do them overlapping a little bit because they do overlap. They're all swimming in little schools like this. Have a couple going other directions like that. His little tail there. I'll have another one sort of joined in there. That. Let's have a look. Okay, we're getting there. That's not bad to start with. I'm going to use the water too out of the top one, but I like the rays of water in the bottom one. Do a few more of these little fish down here. Make it bigger. All right. I'll have him. And I love the light. You can see the light on all the fish, which is really cool. All right. Just going to erase this little bit. There we go. All right, I'm going to have to pop some more in the front. I'm going the same direction as the shark this time. Like that. And have them joined. You don't want them sort of all separate. Schools of fish tend to flock together to protect each other. So I'll try and draw them all sort of interjoined. Have one a bit lower maybe. Like that. There we go. All right. Sort of coming up next to that shark's big dorsal fin. I'm going to erase that little line there, like that. Do some little fish maybe coming up from this bottom corner, like that. Just drawing them in, sort of get them, I don't want them too symmetric, but I've got to have some a little bit everywhere. And I'll have a couple going the other way. Because they sort of do school in circles and all kinds of weirdness. Have him disappearing off the side a little bit. There we go. I reckon that's pretty okay. I might actually even draw another one, sort of going off onto the side of his pectoral fin. There we go. Because I'll delete this underdrawing after anyway. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave that like that. Now I'm going to go to the next layer, add a layer. And I'm going to start by drawing the colours on the shark. So I really like the lighting on this one. So I'm going to do that. Do the lighting on that shark. Bring up my reference on my other photo, on my other iPad, so I can make it really large. And I'm going to go to my palette that I already made. All you have to do to make your own palette is click on palette, go plus, and then from photo, and you just pull up the photo of the shark that you want, and it'll bring up the colours of that shark. So then I'm going to go back to here, and I am going to add this light grey. Oops, that's a blue. Light grey. And I'm going to get a soft brush. Go back to my recents. And I'm going to go soft brush, make it quite small. Opaque and small. I'm going to start by marking in just softly the light grey on top of this shark. I'll go around his, I don't need to go around his gills, I can paint his gills in after anyway. It's going to round off his dorsal fin a little bit. They're not quite as harsh as I had that, so let's round that off a little. And I'll go like a middle tone, a little bit darker underneath, or I can actually fill it all in pretty much and just cut around his gills because I want to. I can define them properly in a little while. Just have like a random pattern coming down on his body. So you can see what they usually come down. The grey comes sort of down and under there. I'll do that. I can always change that after. I'm just going to block it, you know. I'm just going to block it in. So drag and drop. There we go. And just tidy up the edgy bits like that. because when you drag and drop it does leave a tiny little gap. Next to Mr. Sharky. Come all the way down to the bottom of his back. Draw his little back fin. There we go. I'm just going to, and again, I'll just drag and drop, and then I'll mark in around those edges. Get that all nice and tidy. You can see the fish are almost the same colour as him too. The bottom of his tail flute is almost the same size, but not quite as the top half of his flute. All right. There we go. Now, he's underneath his white. So I'm just going to block that in as well for now. I'll draw his teeth in at the end. There we go. So I start with blocking in the colours, and then I'll add the lights afterwards. Oops, oh, I didn't want it to go straight. Oh my God, undo that. There we go. That was a little bit funny, but anyway, I'll come around there. Oops. Join it, drag and drop, and just tidy up those edges like that. Make it bigger. There we go. Okay, let's have a look. Now he's got that lighter grey on his fins, on the top of his fins in his pectorals. So I'll mark that in like that, and I can drag and drop through that. Oops, or it will let me. There we go. Just tidy that up. All right. Same on the other pectoral fin. Around the edge, drag and drop. Fill it in. All right. So he's basically blocked in. Now I'm going to go in with a darker grey. I'm going to start, might even take down the opacity just to make it a bit softer, a bit more see-through. I'm going to start by adding the shadows. My dog is outside my window, I apologise. He's trying to get in through my youngest daughter's put him outside. He's not real happy about it from the sounds of things. I'll let him in when she comes back in. She's gone over to the other part of the farm. All right. Whoops, it is. I'm going to blend that a bit more. Make the brush a bit bigger. Blend all of that. Oh, not that big. That big. There we go. And blend all that down. And start to add. Oops. Some of these stronger greyish tones. Where I can see he is a little bit darker. Oh, Bear, my little dog. I'll let him in a minute when my little one comes back over. Okay, again, go up onto his pectoral, his back fin. Come down onto his back. Oh, haven't got my glove on. I keep touching the other bits of the. Make that smaller so I can get onto his tail flute. I can add some white onto his tail as well, just for interest, because they all have different markings. I'm just going to blend that out a fraction. So I'm just blocking the main colour shapes at the moment. So I've put the lightest grey in the white. Now I'm going to go on underneath him, and I'm going to grab like a light blue, drop the opacity, and I'm going to take that shadow colour onto his nose, under his belly. He's not just flat white under there. And start. I can see I've missed one of his little fins. Add a little bit of white light on top. So he's starting to get a little bit of three-dimensional effect to him. Blend that out a little. Like that. Soften those edges. Go back to my grey. Actually, those tail flutes, the back fluty bits are white as well, but I'll make them opaque. Quite strong pigment. And I'll block that like that, and then colour that in. Oops, make my brush a little bit bigger. Like that. There we go. I think I actually need to move that back. I'm not happy with that there, so I'm going to blend out that bit, erase that bit, and move them back. Move that back to there. That's better. They need to be back there a bit. Draw another little one on that side. I'll pop a little bit of the dark grey. A little bit of the dark grey on there. Oh my goodness, my bear, my doggy is being very noisy. I'm just going to bajaggedy up the edges on his body because they're not just flat and sleek like that. They've got like markings around the edges. Hang on just a second. Hey, Buggy? Buggy? Can you call Bear in, please? Okay, there we go. April will call in for me. Okay, thank you. I'll let him in. Oh. All right, come on, Bear. Here you come. There we go. Okay, you're going to come and say hello? Come on up, you come then. Come and say hello to everyone. This is Bear. Oh, he makes such a fuss. He's got to be with me at all times. Say hi, Bear. Hi, Bear. Okay, jump down now. There we go. So that's the Bear. Okay, so, oh, and he's got his squeaker. He's got all his, he's got a bed up here and all his favourite things. All right. So now I'm going to blend in this around his eye just a little. Let's bring that grey in a bit closer. Oh, zoom in. Bring that grey in a bit closer. Oh, no, I need to, you know, I'll just grab the grey. I'll just grab the grey and make it, oh, that is not the right one. That one, dark grey. Put it around his eye. Now their eyes are dead. They have soulless eyes. For such a magnificent creature, they really are pure predators. They just eat and breed. I don't think they're emotional. They just eat and breed. They're magnificent, but yes, not very emotional. Don't have any empathy, I don't think, whatsoever. Just saying. Okay. So now I'm going to go down. Oops, make that line a little bit bigger maybe. Take this sort of shadow line. I'm just going to smooth that out and blend it up a little bit. Just to soften where I've marked in. Now these guys have got very rough skin too. They've got like, their skin is like toothed. It's really weird. I'm going to mark in his gills a bit more strongly. Sort of triangulate at the top a little bit. Like that. I'm just going to work my way from front to back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 5 gills. That's right. Blend out that last little one. Okay. Now, because I've changed the colour on his pectoral fins, I'm going to have to sort of ad lib a little bit. Now he's got he's lighter coloured on the top, but it'll be darker underneath. So I'm going to darken up the underneath of this peck. Actually, I'll darken up the edges of this pectoral fin, not the whole fin, because they're lighter underneath, because they camouflage, because when you're looking down, the bottom is grey. When you're looking up from the bottom, the sky is lighter. So that's why they're two-tone, to camouflage more to their prey underneath, which is just fascinating stuff. It's amazing how nature creates creatures with such useful colours for their environment. All right. Just going to blend that grey, that white. I'm going to actually add a little bit of a darker grey blue to the shadow colours on him. I'm going to add this light grey blue underneath and start to work some shadows. Go under his nose as well. I think great whites are my favourite shark, and then hammerheads are my next favourite. All right, I'm going to blend that out. I adjusted my camera too. I hope it's okay. I might have to move it back a fraction. There we go. I rearranged my art room yesterday. Having a bit of fun, changing everything around. All right. Blend that out. Having a quick look. I'm going to pop a little bit of this grey, this lighter grey, around his eye as well. Because in the reference I can see he's got a little bit of a sort of a light. I'm going to blend it so it's softer than. I don't want hard edges. Okay, there we go. He's got his little breather. It's not really a breather, it's because they don't have nooses. Might even, I'm just having a look at this shark up the top. Yeah, no, his gills stay above. But I'm going to darken up, go this really dark greeny grey down the back edge of his gills. Like that. All right, get that lighter blue grey again. Which one was it? That one? You know what? I might even go with that one. Add that on the bottom here. Just having a look at the reference. He's quite dark under there. And I'm just going to blend it. So I'll just mark that in a bit and then blend it. Just to soften those edges. Go back to it again. All right. They are amazing, these guys. They're like a torpedo. Okay, keep going. What's going on there? Did I press erase? Oh no, I've got a blue, that's why. I don't want that. Hang on, I'll go back to that one. There we go. That's better. It's a lighter grey, but it's... I need it to be a bit darker. That one. All right. Let's have a look. It's a bit darker. I've got to narrow off, actually. I'm going to narrow off. He's thinner towards his back end. So I'm just going to erase some of that. They are quite narrow. I've got him too thick through the back of his back end. All right, that's better. Then I can mark in his little fin again. There we go. And his other one. One on each side, like that. Might make it a bit bigger. There we go. Like that. I can do the white under the other one. Disappears off there. Then I'll go back into my middle sort of grey. There we go. That's a bit better. Bit better. Blend it all out. Just do the circles. Blend that out. Blend the grey up into the white, same as you would for a traditional painting. Now, I can see the teeth. I'm going to draw the teeth in, but they're not white. I'll do them in like a blue, and I'm going to go back to my technical pen. I'm just going to mark. They've got a few rows of teeth, which is really cool. I'm just going to mark them in. Blend the tops a little bit. The teeth are quite amazing, actually. I don't really like that, but that's okay. I can adjust that. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm just zooming in on my other sharks. Actually, you can't really see the top teeth. You can see the bottom teeth more, so I'm going to undo that. Just double tap. Get rid of the top teeth. And let's leave you the bottom teeth. This sort of snaggle tooth. So I'm going to drop the top part of his mouth down. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to add like a purple to his eye. Come around the outside edge with an even darker sort of colour. So it's not just one flat colour. Make that smaller. Come around that outside edge of the gill. Like that. There we go. All right, shrink him down. Looking at these other references. All right, I am going to change his teeth. I'm not happy with those, so I'm going to erase them. And his bottom jaw sort of comes out a little bit more. A bit sort of wider. Just having a look. Comes down a bit like that. That's a bit better. And then I'm going to erase this line up here. Like that. That's a bit better. Blend those out. Work from front to back and adjust the bits that need adjusting. I'm going to take that grey around the edge of his mouth. I'm going to pop in shadow, deep dark shadow. Fill that in, make that a bit bigger. Like that. That'll help with the contrast a little bit. So pop the shadow in there. There we go. Take that down onto that bottom of his mouth as well. There we go. Now go back and pop his snaggle teeth. Like that. There we go. I think. Can I see? I can see like just a couple of top teeth. I won't worry too much. Okay. Blend that out a fraction. All right, let's have a look. He's getting there. Starting to think about getting there anyway. Okay, I'm going to go in with a darker grey. I reckon that one. It's a middly green grey. I'm going to go to a different brush, go back to my soft brush. It's a bluey green grey. I'm going to blend that onto the darker part of his dark area, his shadow area. Just soften up those edges around, make them a bit more bajaggedy around that line. Super dark around that edge of his pectoral fin. Do that on both sides. Like that. All right. I'm going to go a different grey on his fin as well. Actually, I'm going to grab dark. I might grab that grey actually. I'm going to go a different brush, go my soft brush. Make it a bit bigger, a little bit bigger. That's too blue. I need greys. I'm going to go to the palette. Actually, I'm going to go to the palette. I'm going to mix up another grey. Go to here. Need it to be a bluer grey. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on to my reference. There we go. That's better. Okay. I can pop that now. Add that onto my palette. Add a new palette. So I've got it, new palette. And I'm just going to add that on. So I've got it as an extra colour. Take that under here and blend it. Blend it back into that edge like that. Come down onto this fin. It's going to take a bit of work to get this looking right, because I want to do all the water reflections as well. I've actually got another photo on here that I need to find of water reflections. Oh, no, actually that's too big. Undo. There we go. Make it a little bit smaller and undo, and then blend. There we go. Just blend around those edges. Soften that on his fins. I'm going to go a slightly more opaque of the same, less opaque of the same grey on that underneath side of that offside fin. Blend it down. Back to there, back to the light. Just got to mix it up a little bit. I'm sort of fiddling and fuddling, trying to get the lights in the right spots and the darks in the right spots. Then blend it, because they're not just a flat colour. They're all the lights and darks, because the water's beautiful and all different textures, which I will add at the end. Now I'm going to go around the edge of this fin and just soften that line. Blend it back into the other. And I've got to actually erase that edge because I've got it too bent. There we go. I'll blend that. Whoops, blend that back in underneath. So I'm blending now I'm blending the light blue back into the darker grey, just to soften up that underneath tone. Right. I'm going to go an even darker bluey grey under his chin and under his nose. Make it a bit bigger. Oh, not that big, maybe. That big. Whoop. Take that back around his mouth like that. I'm just going to slowly work up and back around the bottom of his chin there, up under his belly. All right. Continue on down the back end. I can blend that up onto the rest of his back. Now I'm going to blend that up from the bottom up, make my blending brush a bit bigger. So just take that up into the white just to soften those edges. So this is all on layer 2. The first layer is the drawing layer. All right, having a look, getting there, peeps. And I can always drag the white down into the underneath shadows as well if it's a bit too harsh, which it might be a little bit too harsh. Around that leading edge, make it a bit smaller, just blend out around his edge of his mouth. I'm going to erase, tidy up and erase just around the bottom of his nose coming down to his top of his mouth like that. That's looking a bit better. Okay, having another look. So the light's reflecting from the top of the ocean. I'll worry about that in a minute. Actually, you know what? I'm going to draw that in now because why the hell not? I'm going to go to, I've got a water brush. Where's my water brushes? Water. Elements? Is it elements? No. Or is it? Oh, it is. Okay, we're going to use that. And I'm just going to go with a light blue. I've got a dark blue. It's going to go like that. Love some of these brushes, are so handy. I'm just going to get that out the way. Like that. Oh, hang on. I need to do another layer. Undo. Undo. I'll do the water on another layer, layer 3. There we go. So just do the top. It's a lovely effect brush, and then it won't affect old mate shark. Okay, and I'm going to go a bit of a white as well because the light's reflecting off the very top like that. I'm using a little bit from all 3 references here. And then I'm also going to add, because there's rays coming down, I'm going to go to that one, I think, make it thin. I can take that down. Actually, no, I'll make it thicker. Nope, don't like that. Undo. I'm going to go to effects. Actually, I'll go to crystals. I'll just take it down like that to create that light shining from the top. Actually, I'm going to undo that and make them a bit thicker. I think. Make them a bit thicker. Oh, not that thick. Less opaque. There we go. That's better. Like that. Have them coming down from different parts. Like that. And then that'll do. That's fine. I'm happy with that, I think. Bring me shark back. As you can see on that one, there's like rays of light coming down. Now I'm going to add that layer behind the shark again so we don't have it over the top of the shark. There we go. So I'm back to layer 3. Back to layer 2 for his body. Okay, so I'm back to the body. Okay, make that larger. Let's have a look. Now I'm going to darken up his back fin. I'll go back to my recent. I might even go untitled brush. I'm going to darken up. Why is that not working? I'm on the right layer. Oh, no, I'm not. There we go. Darken up back of his pec, his dorsal, sorry. And then blend that down. Like that. Take that along his back a little. Just going to work my way along old mate. Where are we? I'm going to go back to my soft brush for his back end. Add stronger grey down the back here. Blend that in there like that. Make it a bit thicker. Oh, not that thick. A bit thicker. And fill that in. I can thin it down to go into the smaller areas like that, and then blend it. Then blend. You can see how as you build the layers, things start to look right. Blend that down and around like that. Coming up onto his back. There we go. Right. Now I don't have the other. I'm actually going to have to darken up this other one, I think. I am going to have to darken up this other fin. Because it is underneath him and it is in shadow. It's not reflecting the light. The top of him is going to be reflecting light. There we go. I'm even going to use this dark grey underneath him to help really deepen up these underneath shadows. When you think you've gone dark enough, go darker. One of my great art teachers used to say, when you think you've gone dark enough, go darker. Thank you, Will. Will is a great art teacher. Taught me a lot about shadows and light. Little Richie, his name is. Okay. Come down and around under here. I'm going to add this dark shadow underneath his belly. Then I'm going to blend it. Just work my way around. Like that. Just drag that all the way back. All right. I'm also going to take this dark into the bottom of his lip. Under there, like that. I'm going to blend that a little bit. Like that. I'm also going to take it a little bit, around the top of his lip, and then blend it. Like that, just keeps that shadow working. Under his eye. And blend it. See, I'm just working to build the values up on him to make him look real. All right, I'm going to add a little bit more light. Go the light blue grey on top. And I'm going to add it in like shimmers that are coming off the top of the water. Because he's getting the reflections off the top, like that. Just going to really brighten that up, but not in any particular pattern. Soften those edges because the light is diffused underwater. Soften those edges like that. And I'm just using, you can see it's not the same as the reference pick. I'm just picking little bits that I like from each and adding them in. That's what you should do with references. You use them as a guide, but you don't copy a straight copy. Unless you're doing a portrait for someone that they want an exact replica of their photograph. You take a little bit of everything and you ad-lib. You make things up as you go. It's what I like to do with my general pieces that are just random pieces that I want to do for myself. Just going to erase that bit there. went off there. Whoops, today's blend that white, that light. It's not white, but it's a light colour, light blue grey. Around the back like that. I'm even going to take a bit more of that dark, make it less opaque, a bit thicker. Got to come up onto this part of. Oh, what am I doing? I haven't clicked on it. There we go. Up onto this part of his body, and then take it. Whoops, to the middle, like that. Blend it. Make the blender bigger. Blend it out like that. Just doing circles just to keep it soft around the edges. Okay, having a look. All right, he's getting there. He's getting there. I'm going to add a little bit of that dark into the top of his fins, as his gills as well. Then blend it. Over the top of this, I'll add all the water ripples. Okay. Blend. Like that. All right. I'm going to add a little bit darker down here because he's not in light there. But I'm going to blend it, soften it and blend it back into the white just so it's not so vibrant. Like that. That's a bit better. And blend. So I'm just working my way, just dulling off that white underneath a little bit. So it's not quite so harsh and bright. There we go. We'll go super dark around the back of his, ooh, that's too thick. Undo. Around the back of his tail. Like that. Just gonna have a quick look. He's got like a jutted out bit on the top of his tail. Now I'm going to blend that out. I can hear a horse kicking. Must be across the road. All right, because they travel floats and horse trucks in next, well, not next door, but across the road. The horses sometimes thump and bump. All right, I'm having a quick look. I'm going to add a little bit more dark. Oops, need to go a bit thicker. Not that thick. Around here, it's sort of a fiddle until you get to where you think you want to be. Just adding lights and darks and blending. It's a lot, because these guys don't have really any hard lines. Oops. Fin is not fixed there, so I'll just blend that out. I haven't actually got a reference for this bit of their body. I'm just pulling up random pictures. I've got 3 references up here in the top right that I'm using roughly to give me sort of an idea. And the rest I'm just ad-libbing. I'll add a little bit of colour under there. Okay. Oh, and I also going to add this light grey. He does have a line, sort of comes into there. Blend that out. Go into the super dark. There. Oops. Thicken up the dark on his tail. I've got to make the top a bit bigger because the bottom is not as high as the top. And erase that back a fraction. There we go. Go back into my dark. Oops. Like that. That's a bit better. All right. I'm going to darken up the back of his tail and blend it. I'm going to go to my underdrawing, layer 1, and I'm going to erase that line there. just to get rid of that. I can delete the background drawing at the end anyway. Just getting rid of some of these excess lines that are sticking out everywhere. Now I'll go back to layer 2, which is my shark drawing layer, my shark colour layer. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to add this super dark coming up there. Actually, not that thick. Make it thinner. Days. Like that. I might even darken up this little fin on his back here, just the back of it. Make that a bit thicker. Fill that in like that and then blend it so it's not so harsh. Like that. All right. Starting to come together. I'm also going to add a little bit more of that dark, get that a bit thicker, around his body here, and I'm going to darken up this front part of this fin and blend it down like that. All right, we're getting there. Getting there, peeps. Oops, go back onto his, just in front of his pectoral fin. Add that darker grey there, and blend, add a bit more, and blend. It's just a matter of sort of juggling around until you get the effect you want. I'm going to add more dark, just here, and then blend the edges. I want that to stay dark, I think. All right, that's a bit better. Also going to add a little bit more dark for contrast around his body. I'll darken up the bottom of his tail as well, like that, and blend. Out the top. All right. We go around the edge of the bottom. Go around the edge of the bottom. The dark. I'm going to add a few little flecks because they do have all different patterns. Few little dots around like that, and maybe a little darken up just that side of that. All right, I'm going to add some patterns sort of on there and then blend them out. Just adding darker darks and modelling him up a little bit, because water retracts and refracts and does all kinds of fun things, which is awesome. So I'm just going to do a few darker flecks. Whoops. Fill them in like that and then blend. Soften them so that they're not as harsh looking. But when I add the water reflecting off the top, it will really make sense. It'll really come together. Add a little bit up here. Bit of dark because you want your darkest darks against your lightest lights, so just pop that blob in there, then blend it. There we go. Starting to come together. Add some more dark, whoops, around here. Super dark around here. And blend it. That. I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to start to work on these. I've got that on my saved pictures, so that's good. And I'm going to go now. Oh, I need to put that I'll put that on charging. Oh, I can put that on charge. I've got a charger here. Got to put my other iPad on charge. I've got my references really large on for myself. Let's stick it on charge over here. There we go. So I can't be having that go flat. Why is it not charging? Oh, golly gosh. What have I done? No, she doesn't want to charge. Okay, fine. We won't charge it. How much battery has this got left? I have no idea. But that's okay. The things we do. All right. Go back to my references. Hang on. Where'd he go? That one. All right. I'm going to erase, go back to my layer 1, erase this pen mark there, and get rid of some of these pen marks. I'm going to erase them all around the big shark. I'm just going to make a big eraser and go over all of those pencil lines on my big shark and delete them. Just rub them all off. And then, oh, nearly deleted that fish, undo. Okay, pretty happy with that. So now I'm going to start to work. I'm going to screenshot that shark so I've got his reflections. He'll save to the front then. Save to photos and he'll go to the top of my photo list. Now I'm going to go back in to the little fish. So these little guys, I'll start with the same grey as the shark really. I'm just going to start with blocking them in. No details at all. I'm just going to block them in. Not put any detail yet. I can add little fins and things as I need to. Just block, block, block. Just do all the little shapes like that. Okay, now I can go back to, oh, I'm an idiot, undo. I've got them on the wrong layer. Go to layer 2 and then do it. I want them on the shark colour layer. Come around, fill him in. I'm just being really rough. You can see I'm being really rough. Just draw them all in. That. Put his fin on. Now I can delete that underneath drawing, layer 1, get rid of it, and erase. Under drawing is gone and the basic shapes of those fishies are in. Oops. Get my other reference up. Make it super huge so I can see it. And I am going to start with a darker grey. Get my untitled brush, make it thin. Go underneath. That's not the right grey. Yes, it is. Go underneath. Why is it? Oh, layer 2. That'll be why. Go under here. Why? All right, because it's the same grey. Okay, we'll try that mid greeny grey. There we go. That's better. There we go. Underneath these little fishies, I am going to add the darker shadow on the very bottom, and then I'm going to blend it. Blend it up like that. Make it a bit stronger, maybe a bit more opaque. Blend it. There we go. I'm going to swap brushes. Don't like that brush. I'm going to go to soft brush. I'm going to add that in there. Do the shadows underneath. I just made these up, so it doesn't matter. Just get the shadows in under there. And then blend. We'll start on the first few. Then the light's reflecting off the top of the water. So the tops of those little fishies will be white or lighter, not necessarily white. I'll do them white, but not the whole thing, but like that. There we go. And the top of tail. And then blend, because the focus is on Mr. Sharky Poo. But I still want my lights and darks in the right spots, like that. And they've got yellow on them too, yellowy green. Don't have any yellows on that palette. I'm going to use that yellow, take it up to the top, and plop it in there. And I'm going to use that yellow into their little backs, because I think they're tuna. They look like tuna. Not 100% sure. There we go. I'm going to blend that, soften it. I'm just looking colour shapes, not so much the details yet. I'm going to draw the little circles where the eyes are. Like that. They've got amazing little eyes. I'll make them bigger, be a bit easier maybe. And I'll blend a little bit just to soften them so they're not quite so harsh. I'm going to blend the front of that one. I've got a bit of a squiggly thing happening. Get rid of that. Don't need that to be that squiggly anyway. There we go. And then add the darkest dark to the pupil. Like that. Like that. That. There we go. They look very bright, so I'm going to dull that down a bit more. Just blop it, bloppity blop. Dull them down. Having a look at these fish's mouths. They've got darker grey, maybe a bit darker than that. Go me strong grey. Their mouths sort of cut down like that. Like that. Having a look. It's all about highlights. These are the tricky bit about these is it is just about highlights, because they're so little and they're not the focus, but I want them to look right. Got really pretty little dorsal fins. I'll pop those on. Feathery looking, whoops, feathery looking fins. I might drop the opacity, actually undo and drop the opacity so they're not as vivid, like that. There we go. Like that. What are their tails? Their tails are quite sharp. At an angle like that and sharp. Maybe not that big, but anyway, that'll do. I can go back to that yellowy tint actually. Do their tails in that yellow, whoops, in that yellow. That's better. And then add, they do have stripes. I've got to round off their bellies a bit. Give them slightly stronger stripes. Like that. It's all tricking the eye. I'm going to erase. Oh, that was a big erase. Doesn't matter. Go back to my yellowy one. Pop his tail back in. Oh, I'm not happy with that. Go back to that light grey. Pop his tail back in. There we go. A stronger grey. Like that. Blend it a fraction. Go to the light. Go to my untitled brush. Blend it because I didn't drop the opacity. I can always undo it anyway, but I don't mind. It's a little bit of a reflection. Take it up his back a little bit. I need to drop, that's in the wrong spot. I'm going to erase that. Whoops, there we go. Go back to the grey here. Change the shape of his body, add a bit of dark in, blend it. Blend that there, like that. Pop, go back to the white, drop the opacity. Draw his fin further back. There we go. Then blend it. Okay, so they're very, 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 very lightly shaded in. Pop his little finny bits on. All right, go to these little fish under here. Again, just block them in with the light grey. Go to my other brush. Oh no, I'm on Untitled. Go to soft brush. Soft brush, just block them in. Get rid of the underdrawing once I've blocked them all in. I might actually continue on and block everybody in just to get it all done and in so that I can delete the underdrawing then. All right. I do like to draw scenes like this. Continue down and around. This piece will be for sale on my Ko-fi and on my Etsy store as a downloadable print. If anyone is wanting this for a print, it will be for sale after stream or when I finished it. If I finish it this stream, I'm hoping to, but we'll see how we go. I tend to like to start and finish in one go. I was thinking to myself this morning, what would I want to paint things that I love, and I love sharks. I'm like, what do I want to hang on my wall? So I will be printing this off for myself as well and hanging it on my wall. So I thought I'm going to be painting what I love and what I want hanging on my wall. So just continue on filling in all these other little guys. Whoops. I'm going to drop my reference down to the other side there, down the bottom there. Make my big shark a bit bigger. Oops. I need to actually put him behind that shark, but that's okay. I'm just going to undo that a fraction. Cut around his fin a little bit. There we go, fin, fill it in. Then after I've done this, I'm just going to delete the underdrawing. That, get their rough shapes right. Continue up and around. Oops. I'm not fussing too much with them. I'm just blocking roughly, very roughly. A bit thicker. Do his tail like that. Again, block him in, do his little taily bit. Just erase that little bit there. There we go. Whoops, maybe not that much. There we go. Do his little body there. Do I need any more? Do I need any more? Probably. I might do another couple just for the sake of it. They're just sausage shapes with tails. Have them all connecting if you can. It just makes them look more natural. You don't want just fish sort of floating off in space. I'll have one disappearing off the side. Like that. There's no real... Whoops, that's ugly. His tail looked weird. Okay, there we go. have a basic sort of triangle shape. Do another one coming up here, another one up here. Like that. There we go. Okay. And I might do another one, sort of going off in front there. So they're disappearing off the front as if in nature nothing ends. I'll do another one down here as well. Like things go off the page, off the photograph. There we go. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave that. Now I'm going to get rid of the underneath drawing. Layer 1 is going to disappear. I'm going to get rid of it. It's gone. Okay, so now I can add the details. I'll go back to my shark layer. So I've only got the 2 layers. I've only got the painting layer now and the background layer. So I'm going to go to my darker grey. Add that under this little fishy. Stay with the same brush that I've got. Can't see his eye. Add, I've still got the opacity low. Pop in his little tail like that. We've got very sharp little tails. Pop his little dorsal fin on, his little side, his little pec fins. Might add that in white. Whoops-a-days, didn't mean to do that. Add his little pec fin in white. Little highlight on top. So I've got lots of highlights on top. There we go. All right, onto this one. His fin's about the middle. Up his tail, go to the yellow. Put the yellow on his tail, have it rain down his middle, like that. A little bit on the tip of his fin. Pop his little around his eye, a little circle there. Little dot of black in the middle. Make it a bit bigger. Little dot of black in the middle. It's not really black, it's a dark blue. Draw his mouth shape like that. Blend it. Soften it. There we go. I'm going to blend and soften this one. As you can see when I zoomed in, that's a bit of a mess. I'm going to erase. Oh, my eraser is way too big. Erase that little bit. And that little bit. Sharpen off his tail. And the other one, got to make it a little bit longer at the bottom. Like that. All right, let's have a look. All right, looking all right. I'm going to add more of a bluey grey. And I'm just going to work around and build up pretty much all the fish. Like that. Actually, I'm going to erase that, go back to the light. The opacity still dropped and drop his fin on the side. There we go, that's better. All right, we'll go down to these bottom ones, bottom left. You see they're just scribbly. Go to the darker grey. In, do his little eye, actually do the yellow around his eye, do the yellow around his body, his little fins, do his pupil, whoops-a-days, like that, and then blend it a fraction so it's not quite harsh as I've got it. Blend him all in. I'll erase that little back bit around the edge of his tail because his tail's sharper than I've got it. Like that. They've got soft, almost translucent fins. I've got to draw his little mouth in. Oh, that's a bit thick. Like that. Blend it. I'm going to erase the bottom of his little mouth. Okay, shrink him down and have a look. All right. Blend. I'm just going to rough them in because there's a lot of detail but I will add. Just going to darken up the underneath. Get all the darks in on them first, eh? Let's do that. Get all the darks in underneath. And on the top where I can see its shadow. Continue on around here. Just zooming out on these to have a bit of a look as well, because I've just got a picture of a school of fish in the background. But yeah, this is how I like to use references. So it's not any particular photograph. It's a little mixture of all of them, really. I'm going to work on this whole little group at once. I'm not happy with his tail, but I'll get rid of that. Okay, having a look. I'm going to erase that tail because it's just awful. I went a bit mad there, didn't I? I went a bit overkill. I'm going to draw it back in now. It's just like a sharp triangle. Like that. That's better. Now I'm going to go in with my light. Add that onto the tops and the reflecting areas on these little fish on the bottom. Like that. Anything that's sitting on top. I should drop the opacity. Like that. Draw the little dorsal line. Not dorsal line, they're pectoral line, sorry. Get me bits mixed up. Little pec line. Little tail. Same with that one. Dorsal line. Pectoral line, oh my god, I said it again. Top fin, there we go. All right, I'm going to blend, soften it, so it all blends into the background, or blends into the fish and not so harsh. Take his fin up. I'm going to erase a little bit of that fin on that fish. I'm not happy with it. Draw his little side fin in, like that. All right, having a look. Draw his little fin coming out there. Go back to my yellow. It's a yellowy, greeny yellow. Got a little hint of green in it. I can add that onto the tops of these little guys and onto their tails. Their body line. All right, having a look. I'm going to go to the eyeballs, do their little pupils. The ones we can see, do their mouths. And I'm going to add some greeny grey, some of this greeny grey also into their little bodies. They're mottled and reflecting all the different colours of the ocean. Whoops. There we go. All right, that gives the effect that I'm after. Just got to get a bit more yellow onto these tails down here. Oops. Maybe not that much, drop it down to a smaller size. There we go. All right, they're looking all right. I'm happy with that. Right, let's go on to these ones over here. Do the same thing. I'm going to blend the eyes a little bit. I don't want anything sharp on these little back fish. I don't want anything to stand out more than the others. Okay, that's all right. Go back to these ones over here. So again, start with I'll go to a stronger grey, stronger greeny grey. I'll mark in their little bodies. I'll zoom out and have a look. And I'm just looking at shapes, colour shapes, not detail, just colour shapes. It gives the effect that I want. Just colour shapes. They're darker on the bottom and they're lighter on the top, so I'm just filling in the dark bottom and leave the light top. Like that. Dark bottom, light top. Dark bottom, light top. Like that. There we go. Now I blend it. You see me look up every now and then. I'm looking at my big screen. My big screen's got a real size picture on it. This will be printable as an A4, so the size of a piece of paper, foolscap piece of paper. Standard printer size. So it's perfect size for any house or apartment. All right, having a quick look at my big doodah. Okay. Go yellow. Add that yellow. Whoops, that's not the yellow. Go back to my yellow. There we go. Add that, make that small. Take it into the tail. Into the top. Top of the head, maybe in the front of the little face, like that. These ones up the top are a little bit more detailed. That. Like that. Just adding the lights on the top. Continue on. Like that. So this is the yellow. Okay, there we go. Let's shrink him down and have another look. I'm going to blend it, make him bigger and blend. Like that. There we go. Around. All right, let's have a look. That's looking all right. So I'm now going to pop a bit of yellow around their eyes, where these eyes are going to go. The fish I missed there, so I'm going to add him in. Actually, I know I might just erase that. I'm not even going to, I'll just go around there like that. There we go. I'll tidy up this fish's tail as well. I can tidy him up in a minute. Just draw in the eyeballs. Any that I can see that need eyeballs. Draw in the pupil. You want to go outside, Bear Bear? I'll just let my little dog out. Hey, Buggy Bear's coming down. Okay. Hello, Alex. How are you? Yeah, really good, mate. Really good. Thoroughly enjoying drawing this shark and its little school of fish. Yeah, yeah, my little Bear Bear. He's been up with me, but he wants to go outside now. I've got my daughter home today, so she can let him in and out, which is awesome. Oh my God, I've got to make that smaller. So how's your day been? Good that you're okay. I'm okay, just resting and watching. Oh, thank you, doll. Thank you. Much appreciated. Oops, oh my God, their eyeballs want to be big. There we go. I'll just plop the eyes in. Ploppity plop. Ooh, his eyes facing the wrong way. We don't want to do that. Oops. And I don't want to undo it either. I'm not undo it. Delete it. There we go. It's been a chill day. Nice. Whoops. Nice, nice. Okay, so zoom out and have a quick look. Right, it's getting there. Chill days are good days, I have to say. I do like a chill day. I'm now going to do all their little mouths. Oh, now is when I need the thin line, but I'm going to go back to my technical pen. Nice work, thank you. It is amazing fun. I love, love, love sharks, especially great whites. They are beautiful creatures. Absolutely stunning creatures. And I was just, since yesterday, I was inspired to paint them. I was going to do these or whales. Drawing water is hard. I have to say, I find it a lot easier in digital. A lot easier. If I was to do this in watercolour, I just wouldn't have the same, I wouldn't get the same effect that I want. So I have to say I'm really ecstatic with how it works out. Oh, that's vibrant. I've got to drop the opacity with how it works out in digital. Hello, Stitch. How are you, mate? So do you work in digital, Alex? And how's your day been? Stitched? How have you been? Yes, love great white sharks. So doing a great white today. We've had these guys swimming around our beaches in groups. We've had them travelling in packs, which they never do. But this season, they've decided they're going to travel in packs. So we've got great whites in packs, in groups of 5, travelling around with, what's the other shark? The other, not bull shark. I've gone completely blank what the other breed of shark is. So they've seen them swimming along the shoreline with other sharks. My day was a bummer, but I just ordered pizza to make it better. Oh, good. As long as you've made it better. As long as it's getting better, the only way is up. The only way is up. It can only get better if it started rubbish. I'm just going to pop the more yellow in, just down their little body stripe. That is not yellow. Click the yellow. Click the yellow. There we go. Pizza's always a good fix. Pizza works wonders. Might have to get me some pizza tonight for dinner, I think. We've cooked every other night, so it'll be nice to have. Now these guys have got stripes on them, just very faint stripes. So I'm going to drop the opacity again, and I'm going to draw their little stripes in. Whoops, no, maybe not. Maybe make. Oh, that's right. I've got the wrong pen. I'm going to go to Untitled brush and drop the opacity some more. That's a bit better. And drop these patterns in. Like that. Very faint. It's not super obvious. These fish aren't the focus, but it's really hard not to get sucked into the detail. So if people do zoom in, they will still see detail a little bit, just a tiny bit. I just saw a story where a lady had her hands bitten off while trying to take a selfie. Yeah, people do silly, silly things. Oh, golly gosh. What was that? Mike, thank you for the sub. I don't know why my alerts aren't working. Probably because I've got them on the wrong doodah. Hang on, put my alert box up the top. I heard it, but I didn't see it. How are you, Mike? And thank you, mate. Just drawing in, and a shout out. I've got to bring my doodah over. Shout out. It was lurking last night. Oh, thank you. Shout out, Mike. Why's my typey doodah gone weird? Hang on. I've got to get my other strip. There we go. Shout out. Shout out. Mike the potato. So what have you been up to, Mike? There we go, that worked. Oh, you've been playing Fallout. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Very goodly, goodly. Oops, a daisy. Now I've lost my other one. I've got to jump backwards and forwards through screens. There we go, we're good. Okay. back down to these bottom little fishies. Draw their little body stripes on. They're not as visible. They're underneath and a bit smaller. There we go, like that. All right. You should come check it out today. Are you going to stream later? Cool, I will. I will. I just jumped on this morning because hubby's out working on the farm. And I thought, you know what? I've got an afternoon of just chill. Or not an afternoon, what is it now? Oh, it is afternoon. Wow, the day's gone fast. I really, really, really wanted to draw whales and sharks. As a joke with other artists, the dog is looking great. Yeah. There's another one of my mates comes on and he's like, he always comes up with something funny about what I'm drawing. His name's Bacon, Slab of Bacon. And yeah, he always says something funny when he comes on. He's like, how's the turkey? Great looking turkey. Something weird. It's like, what? Like, where'd you get that from, mate? But it's funny. And now my little dog's looking out the back window again. Oh, you're on right now. Cool, cool. I will lurk if I can get my other screen up. Actually, I can lurk on my other iPad. Go to Twitch. Twitch. Where's my Twitch? Oh, there it is on my other iPad. And I will bring it up. And I will follow you and lurk in your stream. Here you are. Okay, I'm lurking. I'm a lurking gherkin. And go back to my thing, my reference. All right. Now I've got to add. I told my old friends a while ago about learning to draw, and they are very supportive. Oh, good. But they keep asking me, when are you going to draw us like one of your friend girls? Oh, you know what? Just don't be pressured to draw anything. You only draw what you want to draw when you're learning and stuff. Like I'm at a point where I'm like, I just want to draw what I love. You know, I'm not just drawing for the sake of drawing. I'm drawing things that I want to hang on my wall, things I really enjoy. So, yeah, I'm thinking, like, I just want to draw what I want hanging on my wall. What I want to draw. And I find fun. Because if I love it, I'm hoping other people will love it too. All right. It's a joke. They would hate to be drawn. Oh, okay. Bear. Hang on. I was going to call my little dog in again. Oops. Hey, Buggy. Can you call Bear in again? Please. Sorry, Bug. That's my daughter. She's so patient with me. Thank you. Did zoomies up the hallway? Yes, hello, Bear. Okay. Now I'm going to go around his eyes, or their eyes. Oh! I've got your volume on. I have to turn your volume off just for a second. Whoops, a daisy. Oop. How do I do that? What's happened? Why has that done that? Oops. Why? Oh, there it is. I've just got to turn the volume off. Just there. Just while I'm streaming. Leave it on, but turn the volume down while I'm streaming. Okay. Go back to my photos. There we go. Get my shark that's got all the reflections. And I'm going to start. Actually, I'll do the schooler fish still. Got to have a look. They've got light at the front, some of them. Like that. Yeah, Bear's funny. He runs in and out. He's up and down. Usually I have to let him out, but today's the weekend, so I've got my daughter home. So she's letting him in and out for me, which is awesome. Awesome. All right. Okay, they're looking all right. I'm quite happy with that. I've got to go back in with some light, make it more opaque. Less opaque, I mean. And draw their little finny bits in. I've got to sharpen up their tails because all of them, they've got sharp tails. So I'm actually going to go over now and just erase the tails to points. They need to have points on them. Like that. Oopsie-days. That one's too thick. Quite hard triangles. So I'm just going back now, having a look at all of my fishies' tails. Like that. So have you been practicing your drawing, Alex? How's it been going? Oopsie-days, I'm really not happy with that one. I've got to smudge that one out. It's looking a bit oogly boogly. So I want to get rid of his oogly boogliness. Make it a bit more opaque. Like that. Going slowly. Some days I can't work much because of work. Yeah, that makes it hard. I struggled when I was working. I tried to draw most days. I actually took a notepad with me to work, and I would sit in my car in my lunch break and practice in my lunch break, or I'd sit in the cafeteria and practice. So I can recommend doing that, Dale. So in your tea break, just sit and doodle. I'd take my iPad and draw on it, which was good fun. And it's also nice because you can hang out in other people's streams as well. So I did that in my lunch breaks to keep myself sort of practicing. Because, yeah, it got hard. When I was working, it was hard. So I know where you're coming from, Dale. But, yeah, if you just take a sketch pad with you, just a little one, all you need is a couple of pens and a sketch pad and you're off. You're sorted. Even if it's just for 5 minutes. I'm just tidying up all their little finny bits. Okay, they're looking better. God, he's a bit of a smushel, that one. I've got to blend him out a bit. He's got issues with his face. Soften some of these lines. Try next time with my iPad. Good idea, Dale. Good. How did your weekend? Good. Good. What did I do? I've done a lot of art this week, which has been great. I've started up an Etsy store and a Ko-Fi store to sell my prints. So I'm selling all of my artwork online now as digital prints, which is awesome fun. And I've just been teaching myself how to do that because I'm not real smart when it comes to technology. But I'm getting there, slowly, slowly. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, no, it's good fun. It is good fun. Okay, so I'm happy with that, I think. I've done all their eyeballs. They've all got eyeballs. We're good. Actually, I've got to continue. I've got to fill this one in. He's a bit, I've forgotten I've deleted him off his heady bit. Pop a bit more of a darker grey in there. That is not the darker grey, that one. Yeah, lots of art. What else have I done this week? Oh, it was Valentine's Day, so I spent the day with my hubby. And relaxed. Yeah, had lots of relaxing days and lots of art days. So it was good. Always like it when that happens. They've all got their stripy bits. I'm going to blend them out, zoom in and blend a little bit so they're not so hard looking. Just got to soften these lines and took lots of photographs. I bought my daughter's she's got a brand new camera, big Canon. So I bought her old one. So I've been taking lots of photos of the wildlife around here. So I've been enjoying that, and I've got to go to the zoo and get some more photos as well. Some of your references. All right, I'm quite happy with that, I think. Went down with your friends some burgers, yum. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. So now I'm going to go back into the background. This is where I start. I'm going to go back to the layer 3, not quite the background, and I'm going to go darker because the ocean is darker at the bottom than it is at the top. So I'm actually going to go, what's this colour? Is it going to let me zoom in on it? No, whoops. Take that away. No, not going to let me do it. I'm going to go into this dark colour here. Is it going to let me on my reference? Nope, it's not going to let me. Hang on. Nope, I can't colour pick from that. That's okay. I will just go a dark blue or go down to my blues. I'm sure I've got blues in here. Good luck with the water. Oh, I love water. I think I need a cobalt blue. Let's go to my colour palette. Go to the disc. Go into my blue. Go back up here. That looks, oh, that's a bit vibrant. Maybe that. Okay, go back to my palette. Where's my palettes? Go all the way to the top. Click it there. Okay, now I'm on layer 3. So layer 3 is my background layer. I'm going to go and darken over the whole. Oops, get rid of that. Come on, up. Go up. Picture. Oh, my God. I have so much trouble moving this thing. Get up. Get. Oh, my God, it doesn't want to move. Oh, whatever. Hang on. Oh, reference. Here, my reference. Come on. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go over it like that. Do that. Darken up the whole bottom. And you can see because I've put that layer in front of the other, I'll soften it out and it doesn't go over anything. Like that. So dark at the bottom, up to the top. And I'm going to try move view reference. Hang on. Maybe if I make that bigger. Oh my goodness. Come on, move. Move reference. There we go. We'll bring that up here. And then I'm going to go even darker at the bottom. So I'm going to go back to that one on the colour wheel. And I'm going to go dark. And I'm going to go, nope. Back to dark. Really dark. And stick it there. And then, same. The bottom. Darkest darks against lightest lights. Like that. Actually, maybe not that much. Maybe at the very bottom like that. And then fill that in and then blend like that. Blend it up to the top. Then you've got your dark, your middle and your lighter at the top. That's a bit purpley. Undo it. Need it to not be quite so purple. Go back to the red, back to the blue I mean. There we go. Save that. That's a bit better. Darken up down the bottom. That's better. That's not quite so stark. And blend. Whoops, nope. Blend. Soften it up. Like that. Okay. So you just remember your lightest lights are at the top. Your darkest darks are at the bottom. Now I'm going to go even darker. Almost super dark at the very bottom. Bring it up around the edge like that and then blend it like that. There we go. Like that. All right. Oakley doke. I've got to strengthen up these little fish. I've got them way too vibrant. So I'm going to go back to my other layer now, back to my colour layer, and I'm going to blend them a little. Just going to blend them a little to soften them. And that's not going to work, is it? Undo. How am I going to do this? I've got to go darker. I might use the dark or the watercolour, dark colour of the water. I'll go to that dark. I'll go, what brush have I got? I'll stay with the Untitled brush. And then darken up. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to go to the airbrush. I like the airbrush, soft airbrush. Just softer. I want soft. That's better. And just add some darks underneath because these ones under here are going to be darker because they're sort of into the bottom in the darker water. Like that. Come down under here. Like that. Just darkening up these underneath ones. So looking a bit too flat. A little bit too sticky outy. There we go. I'll do the same on these ones here. Just add that because they're reflecting the bottom colours of the water. Just got to think, what would they be reflecting? And these are reflecting the bottom. So just darken up underneath everything. So the tops are lighter, the bottoms are darker. Like that. There we go. That's starting to look a bit better. Starting to look a bit better. Like that. I can't wait to add the final, like the water reflections coming down. It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited. All right. Just going to make sure I've done all the dark on all the fish I have. All right, there we go. And I'm just going to blend out these top ones a little bit. It's not quite as strong. Like that. Get rid of the hard lines. Can always add a little bit of yellow back in if I lose too much. There we go. All right, that's pretty cool. Have your channel points always been hoots? They have. They have. They certainly have. So now I'm going to add some bright light white to the top for his reflections. I've got to find my reflection shark. I've got a photo of him somewhere. Hang on. There he is. I'm going to blend those. And then I'm going to go back to my water layer, my background. And I'm going to find my other brush that, where's my brushes? It's that one. I'm going to, oh, no, not that one. That one. Add that onto there. That. I can delete the edges in a minute. Like that. All right, now I'm going to go around. I can delete the edges because the oceans. Hang on, what layer am I? Shit. Oh no, I'm on the right layer. We're good. Just had a moment of, oh no, I'm going to delete the ocean, but I'm not. I'm going to cut around and get rid of those excess lines that I don't, want. Oops, the days, and again, not be quite so close to the tail, and I'm just deleting the little bit of that's overshot the shark, the ripply bits. Okay, so there's his reflections are on him. And I'm going to add some more of these. I'm going to go back to the sea layer. I'm going to go back to water bleed. I'm going to drop the opacity. And I'm going to add the rays back over the top. You can see them coming down through the water like that. There we go. I am quite happy with that. I might add some more super light on the top. Go back to oceans. Add super light at the very top. Just at the very, very top. Like that. Go back and add some more water bleed. Whoops, nope. That one. There we go. I'm quite happy with that. Now I'm going to go back to layer 2, which is the colour layer for my fishies. Having a quick look. And I'm going to find my other reference with all my references on. Got to shrink, make him bigger, make that bigger. Now I'm gonna, you can see these little fish are quite, I need to make them a bit darker, about halfway along. Need to make them a little bit darker. So I'm going to go into this greeny grey, keep it not very opaque. Go into my soft brush, make it small. Just darken up these little guys, just their bottom halves. I need them to be a little bit darker. As you look at the reference, they are quite dark. I even need to be darker than that, but I'll start with this. Start with this first. Just need to darken them all up like that. All right, shrink him down a fraction, and then I'm going to go even darker. I'm going to go to that grey and just take that, make it a bit smaller onto the bottom. So I've sort of got 3 tones of grey. Then I'll add the yellows back over. As you can see, the bottoms of these little guys are dark. I had them too pale initially. There we go. That's looking a bit better. A bit better. All right. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab a stronger yellow. I'm going to go down and see if I've got a stronger yellow. I'm sure I do here somewhere. Don't want it too vibrant. Maybe that one. Still got a little hint of green in it. I'm going to dilute it down. Fraction bigger, go back to my Untitled brush. Oops, I need to stay with the soft airbrush. Soft brush. And add that onto the top, just to give that little reflection. The top's still too thick. That's a bit better. Just want the lights on top. Just the lights catching the tops of these little fishies. Pop the little They've also got yellow pattern on them. Just add it onto the highlight bits. That. Okie doke. I think I'm happy with that. All right, I'm going to call that, I think. I reckon I'm pretty happy with that. That took me nearly 2 hours from start to finish. I am going to sign that down here. Actually, no, I've got to dull his teeth off. I've got to dull his teeth off because their teeth aren't shiny white. Got a little bit of grey on them. So I'm just going to blend up. I'll just blend up the grey. Whoop, not that much. Make it really small. And blend the grey up into the teeth. There we go. Just stops them being quite so stark. And I going to call that and sign that. Actually, I'm going to sign it in dark blue, darkety dark blue. Actually, I'll go to that blue green. Oh, that didn't work. I'll go really dark. Sign it down that bottom right hand corner. Jenny Newman 2025. I reckon I am going to call that done. So now I know there's a few people on. I'm going to raid another artist. I like to support other artists. So I'm going to go back to my Twitch over here, see who I can find we are going to go and hang out. Paintera is finishing off a piece that she did the other day, which is absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to go and raid. Love the water light projection. Thank you. That's what I love about digital. I can really go rogue and create good shadows and lights. So we are going to raid Paintera, who is absolutely awesome. So /raid. So thank you everyone for hanging out. We're going to go and hang out with Paintera, who is an amazing artist who is doing an oil painting of a skull. And I've been following her for days doing this piece, and it's absolutely beautiful. So we are going to go over there with her. So I'm going to go now, go press send. I'd love you all to come with me. I will see you over there. Thank you for everything, and I will see you probably tomorrow. I'll be back. So see you then, Dove.